So many people ask me, I know I'm holding on to something, I know I should let go, but how do I let go? How do I let go? Such an important question. And we ask that because we know that holding on to things that don't serve us weighs us down, drains us of energy we could spend doing things we love, doing things that enrich our lives. And so I want to give this little masterclass in letting go real quick. And this is going to include a very simple technique that can help us learn to let go. On a conscious level, we want to let go. On a unconscious and subconscious level in our mind, we are holding on. And what are we usually holding on to? We are usually holding on to an image of how we believe our life should be, or how we feel that we should be as people. If we really look down into anything we hold on to, any grudges, any resentments, if we're holding on to some embarrassing situation that we can't let go, or some mistake we made or failure we're judging ourselves for, all of these have to do because we have an image of how life should be, and the image that life actually is doesn't line up with that. What is not what we feel should be. And so true letting go is really true acceptance of whatever is happening around us, whatever actions we've taken, even in resentments. We are holding a grudge against someone because we feel they should have been a different way towards us, usually. And so I don't usually talk, as you all may know, about manifestation or mantras or wishful thinking, which are all beautiful, positive practices that have a place for anyone who wishes to practice those things. And I think that they can be really beneficial for changing our mindset to be more positive. But what I really love about mantras is that when we repeat something over and over and over in our mind, it is one way that we can communicate with our subconscious and unconscious mind, tap into those automatic responses and things that happen beneath our conscious awareness, so that we can truly and fundamentally transform our mind. And while many mantras focus on something we'd like to be true, the reason this one is so powerful is because it is true already. We just know it on a conscious level, but we don't know it on our subconscious and unconscious level. We don't fully, deeply believe it and integrate it into our lives. And so it causes a great deal of suffering and inner turmoil. And that mantra, so simple, so profound, is this: I do not need to be perfect. I do not need to have a perfect life. This really is one of the most important mantras for most, if not all of us. Especially people who are spiritually seeking. And the reason for this is because we tend to be perfectionists. We tend to expect and hope and demand the best from ourselves. And we expect perfection of ourselves. We are our own harshest critic too often. And we have this desire to do good, and be better. And while that is a wonderful, lifelong journey to be on, we must also remember that nobody is perfect, that progress doesn't happen in a smooth, perfect line, and that we are flawed humans, and there is no such thing as perfection. There never will be, and there is no perfect life. Everyone gets old and dies, if they're the lucky ones. And it's so important for those who are trying to do better to always remember we don't have to be perfect, which means we don't have to hold so tightly on to this fantasy expectation we put on ourselves. And this is letting go. We don't have to hold on so tightly to some image in our mind of how our life should be. And when we do this, and when we repeat this mantra 100 or 1,000 times a day, both in sitting meditation and in our daily life, over time, we let go of that ideal in our mind of how we should be, how others should be, and how our lives should be. And we simply allow for the mistakes of ourselves and others. And this is true letting go, because really all attachment, all grasping and holding on, all of that baggage we carry that we could just set down and know that it's there next to us, but we don't have to carry that burden, all comes from the pressure we put on ourselves. And so I hope that you can see how every single story and every memory that is something our mind fixates on too much stems from this really made up version of perfection in our head that comes from this constant drive since childhood to perform, and that the weight of our entire future is on every single next test. And we are ingrained with this perfectionism. So please try this mantra if you're a perfectionist, and if you're that dangerous combination of do-gooder and perfectionist. you really need to go easy on yourself, and you really need to get in touch with your psyche, your subconscious and unconscious, and remind them, I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have a perfect life. And you will see your life improve immensely.